Hello and welcome to this late morning taste challenge. I'm gonna get 365 challenges done in a year. See what happens. Well, 365 minus the solo reviews, which would take up a slot. Like I did a solo review for Major Lazer, a solo review for Biscuit, kind of yes. Well, it was a duo review, but you get the picture. Did a solo review for Valentine's Finest. All right, now we have Castillo Castle Gold Oro, introduced in 1914 by Castillo Ron de Castillo Isilla. Ron de Castillo Isilla. Produced in Catano, Puerto Rico. This is a liter bottle, and I got this at Discount Depot for $7.99. I'll repeat that. Discount Depot for $7.99. No, that price is not still in play right at this time. That didn't last, but I took advantage of it when it was there. On the back, like any Bacardi Limited, because it's owned by Bacardi Limited these days, on the back, it's got a recipe for a mixed drink, Castillo and Cola. 1 part Castillo Gold, 3 parts cola, so 75 to 25. Pour over ice in a tall glass, garnish with a lime wedge. That seems very simple. 351st day of 2018. Good. Got the date, guys. Now, it's got a matte finish, and it shows a map. If you look at it, it's a map of the West Indies, from Trinidad and Tobago all the way to Puerto Rico. They don't show Cuba. They don't want to show Cuba because of the little problem with the scientific socialists who tried to steal their property, as they tend to want to do with everybody else's property. All right, so there it is. Castillo, a classic, on the market for over 100 years. There's also a Castillo Silver, which I own, and a Castillo Spice Rum, which I don't own, and a Castillo Overproof 151, which I do not own. There's the cap with the castle on it, Castillo Castle. Castle Rum from Catano, Puerto Rico. The competitor, new kid on the block since 2017, only 4 years. And I don't think it's produced anymore. It was a limited time product. Bacardi, in collaboration with the Latino music group known as Major Lazer. They have the 3 signatures from the trio down here. This is aged 3 to 4 years, meaning the youngest rum is 3 years and the oldest rum is 4 years old. They age them, then they blend them, then they age the blend. So it's double aged. Oh, I'm sorry, it's filtered. Sorry. I knew that was wrong. You could see my face. They filter it. Then they age it, then they blend it, then they filter it again. And of course, a secret proprietary blend of Bacardi charcoals, different woods, and they're never going to tell you what it is. So this limited edition is a rich blend of 3 and 4-year-old amber rums. It's got a good age on it. The youngest rum is 3 years old, the oldest is 4. Some rums you buy are not even aged a year or aged at all. There's no law. Embodies notes of tropical fruit, cedar, and vanilla with a warm, silky finish. This is their recipe: Mississippi rum punch. Take a tall glass. Take a tall glass and fill it with a generous serving of cubed ice. Add 1 part of Major Lazer limited edition rum. See what I mean? Limited edition. They don't make it anymore. I bought this at Acuista Paces on United States Highway 190 business route in Covington, Louisiana for $7.99. I'm not joking. This full-size bottle of Bacardi, $7.99. We won't see that price again, will we? No, we won't. So 1 part Major Lazer, 1 part pineapple juice, and 1 part apple juice, and finished with a dash of bitter. So you got 3/3, obviously, would make a total. The rum, pineapple juice, and apple juice. So 33 1/3, repeating, and then you add bitters. Now, I've never had that because I don't drink cocktails, but This was bottled on the 122nd day of 2017 in Jacksonville, Florida. Bacardi brand rums are bottled in Jacksonville, Florida. Don't you know that? All right, so metal cap, aluminum cap, metal cap, aluminum cap. And I paid the same price for both of these, $7.99. So this cost me $15.98 for both bottles. And this is a liter. Oh, what a deal. 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 Now, I don't know what's going to happen, but my prediction is the Major Lazer will win. It did kind of win the first challenge against Bacardi Gold. I'm not saying it was better than Bacardi Gold. It was a personal preference thing. I thought it has a richer flavor. Some people might not appreciate that rich flavor. They might find it a little off-putting, but I liked it. Now I regret not buying more than one bottle. I mean, for that price, you're getting 2 bottles for the normal price. I mean, come on. But I don't need it. I don't need it. But I could have gotten it. All right. Like when I saw a case of Canadian whiskey in New Orleans for $50. You say, oh, I don't like those mini bottles. No. A case of full-size bottles, 12 bottles for $50. And it's a major brand. James Fox, been on the market since 1975. I didn't say it was a popular brand. I said it was a major brand. Well, only little problem with that is I didn't need 12 bottles of James Fox Canadian blended whiskey, even though it was only $4.17 a bottle. Greatest price in the history of the world. Except for that time that I got 100 Piper's Scotch, 750 milliliters for $3.98. True story, not a lie. True story, not a lie. I won't be seeing that deal again, I don't believe. Okay, you go over there. So 2 really nice looking bottles, attractive. I mean, the Castillo's a little plain, but it does have a map of the Caribbean islands, the West Indies, so it looks nice. All right. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. As you can see, the Castillo is much lighter than the Major Lazer. They're both from Bacardi International, Bacardi Ltd, remember. Look how light. Just the lightest pale gold. Not quite light enough to be straw, but it's pushing it. It's pushing it. Pushing it, it is. Now look at the Major Lazer. It's a deep gold. A deep copper, excuse me, a deep copper. Oh boy, look at that. Would I like to try every Bacardi rum? Oh, yeah. But there's only so much I can do. It's like, one day at a time. We used to watch One Day at a Time. And I remember Mackenzie Phillips always getting kicked off the show. She always be. One time she said, "We go and watch the Grateful Dead. We go and see the Grateful Dead." I remember that. It was like about 1978. Could have been later though, because didn't she go to the concert with her husband? Like she was saying, "We're going to see the Grateful Dead," and I remember being young, and I was thinking, who's the Grateful Dead? They must be popular. People must love them. They're talking about it. They're so excited. But then, I mean, you started hearing rumors, that she was on drugs, had alcohol problems, and then she got kicked off. They let her come back. Then she got kicked off. They let her come back. And then the show went off the air. But it was on a long time for television. And I mean, it's sort of an okay premise and everything, but then she was telling some crazy stories about her father that some people believed, other people, like her stepmother said, don't believe it. She's a known drug addict and a habitual liar. If it comes out her mouth, don't believe it. And then Harrison Ford tried to attack her in the little car in American Graffiti, but he was trying to really get rid of her. He said, "Come on, baby, let's get together." And she said, "Oh, no." And she ran off. He was saying, "Good, get rid of her." He didn't want the girl riding with him. Remember in the movie American Graffiti, one of George Lucas' early films, Harrison Ford was like, "I don't want this girl in the car with me. They're going to think something about me, like, why am I driving around with this 12-year-old girl?" And then Ron Howard and Shirley was arguing. You say Shirley, yeah, Laverne and Shirley. And then they had the big car race at the end and flipped the car. Then they made a cheap knockoff of that movie called Hollywood Nights with Fran Dresser, which was sort of like a combination movie of American Graffiti meets Animal House. That was a weird movie. Strange, different type of thing. What do I know for movies? Not much, because I don't even watch movies. I'm gonna tell y'all, if you could put a secret camera in my house and see what I'm watching, you'd say, "Oh yeah, I bet I know what it is." It would be the news and basketball games, or baseball, or football, or boxing sometimes. And I always be falling asleep watching them because I get so relaxed, so I fall asleep. Then I wake up in the morning and I'm ready to roll. I got up this morning at 1:45, no joke, true story. I had to watch all the NFL National Socialist Football Cartel highlights. I saw that the Raiders beat the Browns, the new Browns. I like how in the field they say 1946. I say, yeah, 1946. There was a team started called the Browns. It wasn't this team, but anyway, Look at the sun coming out. Come on, sun. This smells, now I remember when I first reviewed this Castillo Gold. I thought it was strange. It had almost like olive oil aromas. Olive oil. Can you believe it? It wasn't bad. It just was different. And I've had some people make comments saying, "Oh yeah, Castillo, that's the deal. It's cheaper than Bacardi," and they claim it's better. I wouldn't go that far, but I would say it's a good substitute. Yeah, it smells nice. Now, does Ron de Castillo y Silla operate independently inside the Bacardi world? You know what I'm saying? Do they have their own distillery and operate independently and just under the umbrella? This I do not know. Maybe. Look at that Bacardi portfolio. It's amazing. I got the link. We might look at it later. It's amazing how many brands they own. Teeling, Irish whiskey. And it's sad. It's sad in a way because everybody was saying, "I love Teeling because that's an independent company. Power to the people." And I was like, yeah, but Bacardi got it listed under their website. So maybe it's not as independent as you may believe. Dark Lotus says, "Dude, you watch cable news?" I watch it. And then if they say somebody's bad, then I know they're good. See, it's easy. You just take the opposite. They say, "This is a threat. This illness is a threat." Well, then it's probably not really a threat. The people saying it are a threat, You just take the opposite view, and then you got it right. Oh, yeah, this is so much richer. It's obviously the major Lazer. I mean, I guess the Castillo is inferior because it's a more inexpensive product, but I don't think it's a lot worse. It's not aged 3 to 4 years. They don't even put an age statement. You say, why not? You know why they don't, because it ain't aged. If it's aged a year, you'd be surprised. You'd be shocked. I would be, because it's not even listed under the Rums of Puerto Rico Trade Association website. Why is that? Bingo. Because it doesn't meet the standard. But then again, who cares? Okay, it's a cheap rum. A lot of stores sell Castillo. But that's the point. They sell it, a lot of it. So why would they care if it's not a big if it's not some like erudite rum product. It's not a gourmet rum product. Okay, but it's a big seller, so hey. So this is the Major Lazer. I'm calling it right now. Ha. B for Bacardi. Major Lazer. I didn't want to put BML. I just put B. I knew that would be Bacardi. Didn't even do the taste yet. I got it correct twice. 2 times. Got it correct twice on aroma only. Is that because I'm so good at tasting and smelling stuff? I think it's actually because the product is unique. The product is differentiated. The product has character that is unmistakable. Unmistakable. That's the reason. You could do the same thing. You would probably get it right yourself. Do I like the Castillo Gold? I like it. It's simple. Get a little bit of wood, a little bit of sugar, a little bit of light molasses, and a whole lot of blandness. You say, oh no, if it's bland, it can't be good. Well, actually, if it's bland, it can be good because it's a liter bottle. I got it for $7.99. And you ask yourself right now, what are people buying this for? Castillo. 99.999 repeating or whatever. Maybe it'll round off. All right. What are people buying this for? To do taste challenges, drink it neat out of a glass at room temperature? No. They're buying it to make simple cocktails like on the back of the bottle, a Castillo in cola. Does it work fine for that? Oh, it works great. You could look up on the internet rum cocktails, use Castillo, and it's a winner. You got it. In fact, I'm going to keep the rest of this because I want to write a review on Total Wine & More. I don't think I've ever written a review on Total Wine & More. One thing I like about Total Wine, well, a lot of things I like about Total Wine, but another thing I like is that they let the reviews stay. It's not all just positive reviews because they sell the product. If somebody thinks the product's no good, they'll let it stay up, but it has to be a reasonable review. You know what I'm saying? Like they'll tell you, you have to explain why. I don't like it, and let me tell you why. Now, if you put a review like this stuff is trash, take your bottle and smash it against the wall, they're going to delete that because that's stupid. But on the other hand, your positive review has to make sense. You can't just say it's awesome. No, you have to explain why you love it. Okay. Now I'm going to explain why I like it a lot. I'm not going to say I love it. Oh, I love Castillo Gold. It's not lovable, but it's nice. It's fine. And I'm going to write that on the what you call Total Wine & More website. It's kind of like Days Inn, Travelodge, Howard Johnson, all the Wyndham hotels, and Choice hotels too. I got to give them credit. They'll put reviews up, and whatever you say, they're going to let it stay because they're trying to put pressure on the owner of the hotel. So like you say, oh, let me look up Roadway Inn in Arlington, Texas. The reviews aren't too good, but you'll notice most of them are saying it's so basic, it's simple, it's not much to it. But if that's the general line, that means it's not a hellhole, it's just basic. But then what did you think it was? It's Roadway Inn, and it was $48. You're not going to read any reviews saying how, oh, it's the most fabulous hotel I ever stayed in. No one's going to think that. The ones you got to watch it where it's just like continuous. It's terrible. Don't stay. Oh no, the worst ever. And then it's consistent. It goes on, and then you see 1 star out of 5. Then it's no accident. And it's not just somebody with a beef, somebody that worked there that got fired because he showed up late for work like 10 straight days. You know what I'm saying? That kind of. So then you say, uh-oh. And I went against my better judgment when we went to Shreveport in July. I was like, well, it can't be so bad. And we got there, and it was way worse than we thought. I was just unbelievable. And we called Days Inn, and they're like, this is not going to. I don't even know if They probably went pulled the sign off because they'll do that. They'll be like, you lose the franchise, you're out. I don't know if they did because of this so-called scamdemic. Well, it is a scamdemic, you know. But my friend David's like, I'm not staying here. I'm like, I'm not staying here either. What are you talking about? You think I would stay at a place like this? It's unbelievable. But we called the corporate office and they were like, this is not going to be tolerated. It's like, the lady was like, of course you're not going to pay. You're not paying for us. And we didn't even stay there. We got our luggage and left. She said, if you get a bill, let us know because you're not going to pay for it. I said, well, you claimed to give us credit. I said, now the problem is we're dog tired. We just got off of work. We worked all day and we drove 4 hours. And now we have to find another hotel on the way to Dallas. And so the lady was like, oh, yeah, well, I'm going to help you find a hotel, like on the phone. So I couldn't look at the internet driving, you know. So, but they found one in Marshall, Texas, Longview, Texas. It was nice, like clean, neat, no negatives. Cost a lot more, but then naturally it was a lot better. And they had an Italian restaurant, independently owned Italian restaurant in the hotel, attached. Well, you know, in the hotel and the motel really, and owned by an Italian immigrant. And I said, I'm not hungry. I told David, I'm not hungry, man. He's like, I'm starving. I'm gonna eat. So the food was awesome. You know, it was incredible. So it was a bad start, but it ended nice. But that goes back to the ratings. You can believe them generally, you know, generally. Kevin Johnston, doing any Cruzan reviews, taste challenges anytime soon? Cruzan. Oh yeah. Actually, I am because I have to do Cruzan aged rum against this. It's a gold rum. What's the age? 2 to 4 years, I think. Yeah, I have to do the Cruzan Gold against the Major Lazer. Cruzan Gold's not going to win. It's not going to win. Cruzan's fine. I mean, when I first tried Cruzan, I didn't like it. It was something about it. I thought it had an off flavor. It was bland, and I was like, I don't like this stuff. But it did improve the more I drank it. It's not as good as some people want to claim, but it's nice. And the Cruzan Blackstrap molasses, the State Diamond, that was just incredible. And that company's been in continuous operation since 1760. I don't know if they got shut down during Prohibition because I don't know if Prohibition applied to U.S. territories, that crime against the people. You say, you mean the U.S. government would make a policy that was terrible? Yeah, they did. Prohibition was one of the many, but that was one of the worst. Cruzan, run by the Nelthrop family. James P. Madonna loves it. He says a great value in rum. It is a great value in rum, actually. Okay, so I tend to favor Cruzan mainly because the prices are fair. They are fair, but I don't think it's going to win. It's not going to beat Major Lazer. But remember now, Major Lazer, I got it for a price that was an anomaly. $7.99 is clearly not the normal price. But $7.99 is not the normal price for any Bacardi brand, including Castillo. So I don't know where Acquista Pace got all those cases of it. Some deal from a distributor, more than likely. And they were probably saying, we discontinued this. You want to try to dump it? What are you going to charge us for each bottle? Oh, okay, we'll do it, you know. And so then they got it and they sold it. And I bought a bottle. But the normal price was probably about $18. You know, it's a specialty limited edition. You can figure it's probably about $16 to $18. Whereas Cruzan, I got it for $9.99. Sometimes you see it on sale for $8.99. Well, you used to, maybe not anymore. But I don't have any major hate against Cruzan, though. I get it. It's popular because it's cheap. But it is run by the same family since the early 1800s, like for over 200 years, the Nelthrop family. The current guy running as Gary Nelthrop. Now, you might say, yeah, but well, what if the family realized they could make buku money selling cheap rum. That's not horrible. Right. Why not? It's one of the top rums in the United States. Somebody likes it. They're not selling it left and right because people hate it. No. Have I ever tried a truly horrible rum? I haven't tried a horrible rum. I've tried some that were strange. You know what I'm saying? Like aberrant. Like there's no way this is supposed to be like this. Like the Caliber Caribbean Silver. I know there is no way a rum is supposed to taste like rock candy and and what else it tastes like? Confectioner's sugar or something. It's really strong. I was like, no rum's supposed to taste like this. But the flavors are not bad. I mean, they're weird. They're like improper. You know, you like this is improper. It shouldn't be like it. But they're not bad. So you say, even though all my teeth are rotting out just by taking sips of this, it doesn't actually taste bad. It's just I don't know what they're trying to pull with this. You know, like who would I don't know. People buy it though. I find it odd that hardly anyone sips rum neat. I am really in favor of enjoying it neat. Yeah, I agree. Yeah. I think people miss out a lot because they'll say rum is only made for blending, mixing cocktails. No, I don't agree. Don't agree at all. So Castillo doesn't win, but it has a nice oaky flavor. It's mild, mellow, easygoing. You know you're going to use it in a cocktail anyway. I won't, but I know you will. So, I mean, not Kevin. I mean, the vast majority of the viewers. So I'd buy it. I mean, if that was my utilization of it. So no complaints, no complaints. Castillo is fine. Would I recommend it? Sure. I would definitely recommend it. Um, if your expectations have some kind of intelligence behind them. So what's the regular price? Okay, so you're normally gonna pay $8.99 for a 750. $9.99, $8.99. You said that's really cheap. Yeah, I know. So but it's gonna be a really good value. It's gonna work. It's always gonna work. So then it's always gonna win, which is why it's been on the market since 1914, and that's why it's really popular. So anyway, this is what we call an approach conflict. It's a conflict because you got to choose. Okay, I chose a winner. Cruzan. Got me talking about Cruzan. Bacardi Major Lazer. It's the winner. Well, it has a richer flavor. It's a little better product. But an approach conflict. Well, this is actually a double approach conflict. Double approach. Well, no, scratch that. It's an approach conflict. Meaning either choice I make, you win. You see what I'm saying? Like either rum you pick, you win. There's no downside. See? It's like when I did Bacardi Gold versus Castillo. Bacardi Major Lazer. Either choice you win. That's the best kind of conflict to have. Like saying, "Oh, I can only eat one piece of pie, but I can have this delicious blueberry pie or this delicious apple crumble pie. Now, which will I choose? Let me decide." Well, you got to choose, but either way you go, you win. There's no bad. You get the point. Most conflicts in life are not that way. Most conflicts in life are double approach avoidance conflicts. You say, what is double approach avoidance conflict? What is that? It's a conflict where either choice has positive and negative aspects to it. So then you really have to evaluate. You have to evaluate things with a lot of thought, which unfortunately most people don't seem to do. It's like buying a car. You say, well, if I buy this car, there's some good and bad things about it. If I buy this one, there's some good and bad things about it. Double approach avoidance conflict. Getting any special beers or spirits for Christmas? My friend David gave me a bottle of Brooklyn Distilleries peated bourbon. Peated bourbon. How you like that? Aged at least 2 years. I said 2 years. That's the minimum for straight bourbon, right? Strange thing is, they don't claim to be straight bourbon. If you look at the label, all over the label, nowhere does it say it's straight bourbon, which is a little peculiar. But you know why? It probably doesn't qualify to be straight bourbon, right? But it's a bourbon. You know, there's different types of bourbon. So I'm very interested in that. I'm actually extremely interested in that. And as far as beers, I don't know. No one's given me any. I did buy my own. I bought the Guinness Chocolate Mint Stout aged in bourbon barrels, which is probably Bullitt bourbon barrels. That's awesome. Awesome. It's an awesome product. That's a 98 out of 100. True story. But you'll have to watch the video. Now, let's one more thing before we get off of here. Let's look at the Bacardi brand portfolio. I'm looking at it. Rum brands. Of course, all the Bacardis, right? Superior Gold, Black Spice, Reserva Ocho, Añejo Cuatro, that's 4-year age, Gran Reserva Diaz, Reserva Limitada, that means it's really expensive. Gran Reserva Maestro de Ron, you better have some money ready. Solera, Añejo, Heritage, and Oak Heart. Some of these are going to be pricey. Castillo, Silver Gold, Añejo, and Spiced. Banks Rum, 5 Island Blend and 7 Golden Blend. Never had it, but I bet it's good. Single Cane Estate Rums, Worthy Park Estate Jamaica, and Consuelo Estate Dominican Republic. You know that ain't going to be $7.99. Pirat, XO Reserve, Pirat. I've heard about it. I bet it's great. Santa Teresa, 1796, Gran Reserva Claro Leñaje. The Facundo Rum Collection, Neo, Eximo, Exquisito, and Paraíso. I hope you got some money. Now they got some flavored rums. I mean, these are inexpensive, and they're for like a party, a gender reveal party, or watching the playoffs party. Limon, pineapple, dragonberry, mango, coconut, raspberry, lime, and ginger. I mean, you know, ready to drink canned rums. Cranberry, cola, lemonade, orange, cola zero, lemonade, Cuba Libre, mojito, cola bottled, cola in cans, or is that Canada? Gotta be cans. Razzing up, Raz Mojito, ready to drink fizz, lime and soda, rum punch, limon and lemonade, Red Dragon. Then there's the Breezer, but for Canada, not for the United States. Honeysuckle, lemon, orange smoothie, pineapple, colada, watermelon berry, lemon lime, raspberry. Ready to serve rums. Ready to serve. Mojito, Zombie, Hurricane, Island Tea, Rum Punch, and Bahama Mama. Those are pre-mixed. You don't have to make your own cocktail. The cocktail's made. Cocktail pod brands. Twist Tails. Vodka brands. Grey Goose. And I'm not going to read all those. Aristoff. Russian Prince. 42 Below. Stillhouse Vodka. Ultimat Vodka, Plume and Pedal, Vodka Base Spirits, Vodka Great VX. Oh, well, that's a liqueur. Tequila brands, Patron, Cazadores, Corzo, Camino Real, blended Scotch whiskeys, Dewar's, William Lawson's, Dewar's Highlander Honey, William Lawson's Super Spiced. Single malt Scotch whiskeys, Aberfeldy. You know that's an expensive one, 21-year-old. Altmore, 25-year-old. I'm reading the top of the line. Craigalachi, 23-year-old. Deveron, 30-year-old. Royal Brockla, 21-year-old. Flavored whiskeys, Stillhouse, Apple, Peach, Spice, Cherry. Irish whiskeys, Teeling. Gin brands, Bombay Sapphire, Bosford Rosé. Dried Oxley Gin, Oxley Dry Gin, sparkling wine brands, or in other words, champagne, sparkling wines, Martini, Aperitif, Martini, the aperitifs, Vermouth, Martini Vermouth, Norley Pratt Vermouth, and it goes on and on. It's like, look at all these liqueurs. Cognac, Baron Otard, VSVSOP Gold, XO, Extra 1795, Forti Fidelis. the Use. Well, everybody knows the Use, but they got an XO and a VSOP. I hope you got some money. Liqueurs. Look at all these liqueurs. Benedictine, Saint-Germain. Bourbon brands. Angel's Envy. Oh, I heard of Angel's Envy. Stillhouse. And they even own a beer brand called Hotway, Cuban style. Hotway, Cuban style. Not Cuban, but you know what I mean. All right, well, that's pretty amazing. Pretty amazing, folks. I don't really enjoy Bacardi Superior. Here's your opinion of it. I like it. I like it a lot. I highly recommend trying Captain Morgan Private Stock. It's an expensive product, but very great. Yes, I would try it. It's just a matter of getting to it. You know what I mean? Limited time. So thanks, everybody, for watching this. Thursday morning, we're going to go up against, I don't know. I got so many different gold rums, but none of them are going to beat Major Lazer. None. I'm telling you right now, none of the gold rums I have are going to beat Major Lazer. It will not. It will not happen. It will not happen. So you can save yourself time by not watching it. Thanks, everybody.